Same old shit, just a different day. I'm clocking in and clocking out to keep the bills paid. At this 9 to 5 temporarily. If you not trying to live your dream, we are not the same. Same old shit.
Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Red's View. I have my lovely female co-host right now. What's your name?
My name is Brittany.
I'm sure a lot of y'all remember her from the infamous Michael Jackson versus Beyonce episode that we did. She got her head chewed off in the comments. There was a lot of people that were upset with you about that.
They can stay upset.
Okay. But she's joining me again, looking gorgeous as usual.
Thank you.
So, I'm Red, Jay-R3d, and I'm your gracious host. Subscribe to youtube.com/WeAuthenticNetwork and make sure that you look at all the content, everything like that. We're going to close this year out strong. Jacquees! Shout out to Jacquees. Now, before we begin this, okay, have you heard of Jacquees? You know who it is?
Who is Jacquees?
You don't know who he is? Apparently, she's playing. But anyway, do you know?
I know. I've heard of Jacquees.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Jacquees is the king of R&B. That's who Jacquees is. That's what he say that he is, okay? So, the thing with Jacquees is he says that he's this generation's king of R&B, which is like, I think he said like ages 16 through 25. And I didn't know that generations, you know, meant anything when it came to music, but according to him, it is. So, is he the current king of R&B? Are you familiar with any Jacquees songs?
No, I was being funny. Yes, I know a couple Jacquees songs. Actually, I know one that just started getting radio play.
Which is what?
It's called You.
You? Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool song. I also know him from stealing LMA's song.
Yes.
That's kind of where, but I've heard of Jacquees before. Is he the king of R&B? Absolutely not.
Okay, so for this generation or
he's
the
not
current
the king
time,
of R&B anywhere.
It's
a joke.
It's a joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Have I heard of Jacquees? The only reason I know who he is because I follow Birdman on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, on Instagram. And I know that he signed to Cash Money. Now, I didn't know if he rapped or he was a singer. I never heard. I think I did hear something. Someone told me to go check out his song with what's her name? Dej Loaf. They had a song like In the Club or something like that.
Oh, he does sing that song. Okay. Yeah. So let's just throw this out there. Jacquees is not the king of R&B.
He's not the king of anything.
Of anything, for that matter. Jacquees, is he making noise now? It's getting up there.
Right.
Now the song You, I will say, is a cooler record.
Right.
So let's just get to the facts. What number one hits has Jacquees produced? Jacquees. I'm sorry.
None. He's produced none.
Okay. So in order to be the king, you have to do something that already separates you from everybody else.
Correct.
And
I
he's
agree.
done well. He has separated himself by saying
it. Right.
He's the king of R&B.
Right.
I mean, it's really just a joke, though.
Yeah, I agree.
When you think about it.
I agree. I think he did it for clickbait, which he's succeeding. If Jacquees did this for clickbait, he succeeded at that. I can't name you one Jacquees song at all. Besides that In the Club, I don't even know if that's the right one.
I know, but you really haven't heard.
No, I do not know. It's like,
and you're like a music person.
I am. My thing is good music. Wink, wink. Good music will make its way to you. Is that correct? Don't you think?
Yeah, in a sense. Sometimes.
I shouldn't have to. I mean, you know, if he's recommended, if somebody recommends somebody, then you're gonna check him out. Like if I say, hey, check out Jay-R3d's album, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like good music when you're mainstream is gonna make its way to you because hence they are mainstream.
Oh, I wouldn't say. Well,
he signed to Cash Money Records.
Yeah, but it's a lot of people signing Cash Money Records that aren't mainstream. Like
who?
That girl from Ridiculous. We only know her from that show. She's signed to Cash Money, but nobody else knows her.
What show was Ridiculous? I don't know that. Like maybe I don't know.
It's a show where people do these funny things on. They're not intentionally funny. They're on YouTube and they're put out there and they're reviewed, and she's on there and she's like the co-host that laughs.
Oh, and she signed to Cash Money Records?
She signed to Cash Money Records. Her name is, I don't even know her name.
That's amazing.
But I mean, you know, people sign people all the time, but that don't make them mainstream. Like literally, I feel like if you're not talked about on E-News, you're not mainstream. But now Jacquees, did I say that?
Jacquees.
Jacquees.
Right.
A lot of people are talking about Jacquees because he made the argument that he's the king of R&B.
Right. Yeah.
So bravo, Jacquees, you're getting out there, and I love that song. You. Okay.
Yeah. I'll go check it out just to see. But what I did see is him covering "Candy Rain" by Soul For Real. Are you familiar with that song?
Candy Rain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's an old song.
I was
before my time though.
How old are you?
I'm slightly under that age bracket.
Okay, but he tried to cover that, and the comedian Kev on stage has said something so funny. He was like, "Since you're talking about generations, this song is a part of my generation, what I grew up to. So why aren't you setting your own standard, doing something original rather than going, throwback and stuff like that?"
I'm not with the whole. I believe in being original, but I hate when people try to judge others for sampling. I'm a fan of people sampling. I love
it, but it's just that he talks shit about other. Like he disrespected Keith Sweat. Did you see that?
I did not. And actually,
so it was on Winterfest. Winterfest was down here. That's something that happens every year now around this time that Atlanta does, and I believe he was performing. And then Keith Sweat had performed. Then there was a couple other R&B acts. But it's a video service right now. If you get a chance, go check it out. He's being disrespectful to Keith Sweat, saying, "Hey, that he's the king of his time, but it's my time." Blah blah blah.
No, Jacquees. You got to do #1 records. You got to be mainstream. You have to you don't even know a Jacquees.
I don't, and I'm a music head. Now the thing is this. Jacquees bragged about being platinum. He got a platinum plaque or whatever like that. We know that these days streaming is accounted for into you going platinum.
Don't say things like that. People think you hating. But I believe in that.
It's dead serious. True, though.
But people,
So my thing is, when I put out an album, right? Mm-hmm. If I got 2 billion streams, that doesn't mean 2 billion people actually listen to my record.
Right.
That just means it's 2 million people. If you get too many people to listen to your record, they could probably keep playing it, and then it gets to 2 billion streams. So versus Keith Sweat and all them back in the day actually sold records.
Right.
Michael Jackson sold records. You had to go to the store physically, pay your money, and then go ahead and get it that way. So but even then, what album? I don't know what album he's put out.
I don't know.
I think he just put out mixtape. Normally when I ask people what do they know about Jacquees, they say the LMA song, and then they say, which isn't his, and then they say mixtape tracks that he does. Nobody can tell me no album that he's put out.
I actually, it's hard because Jacquees, I think he can actually sing. I would not be able to tell you an album. I know. Oh, another song he's popular for is called Bounce. I think that's what kind of got.
Who did he do that with? I bet it's a feature, or is it just him?
No, it's just him. It's
amazing.
Just him on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's what actually got him to Cash Money. Don't quote me on that. I don't know that, but that's what a lot of people know him for.
All right, we're gonna go to our next question, which is: does your generation determine what music you listen to? You know how we just talked about? He said his generation is 16 through 25 or some crap like that. I am a firm believer that, my dad, for example, he was born in 1958, just turned 60 this year, right? We're 30 years apart. I just turned 30 a couple of weeks ago. So he said that, I asked him, I said, what era in R&B do you, or just music in general, do you feel like was the best? Guess what he told me?
What?
He said the 90s, right?
That's facts.
It's facts. But it's easy for us to say because we grew up during that era, and that's what we know. That's all that we know, and that's what we feel like is the best. Anybody who grew up during a certain time.
Well, I listen to all type of music. Though.
We do, but you hear everybody say the 90s era. But for him to tell me that, somebody who's lived through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and lived through the 90s, and to be able to say that decade was the best because of music meant, I feel like that was solidifying it. Because my dad
absolutely.
So Snoop Dogg came out, and I know he's younger than my dad. Snoop Dogg's 40 something, and my dad just turned 60. But my dad bought Snoop Dogg records, so you can't tell me just because you're 20 years apart from somebody that generation can't listen to your music.
Oh,
I think that's
true.
stupid. I think it's
ignorant. It's people. Well, I know it's kids probably to this day. They probably just got on it. They'd probably be ashamed to say, but R. Kelly, he has hits that. Let me just throw this out there.
Okay.
R. Kelly has hits that, I mean, they just can't be replaced.
At all.
To this day, kids in my classroom, they know R. Kelly songs. And the songs were out before I was born.
What songs do they know?
Oh my gosh, we won't get on
Okay,
that.
okay, but hey.
We won't get on that. But they know R. Kelly songs. So I absolutely, completely, I do not feel like it's like, oh, I have to listen to this music because of that generation. So
Right.
I think that's just ignorance as well.
It is. And the fact that he's saying for his generation, he feels that Trey Songz doesn't count. He feels that Chris Brown doesn't count.
Look, it's time for me. Okay, so let me just say.
Go ahead, Brittany.
The king of R&B,
Uh-huh.
who all of us don't want to say, is R. Kelly.
He is.
R. Kelly.
Thank you.
And let me tell you this. I love music, and this was way before this argument came out.
Right.
R. Kelly is the king of
R&B.
R&B.
No doubt.
Period.
No doubt.
Like, it just can't, I know, like, thousands of babies were made from R. Kelly's music. And let me just bring this up. I always thought that R. Kelly was genius when he created a song about feeling on your booty. Like, who does? Like, this man literally
made a whole song about that.
He made a song
Right.
about his Jeep.
Yes.
You don't get music like that anymore. He made a song comparing lovemaking to his Jeep.
And
That's like
Sex in the Kitchen.
you don't get songs like that anymore.
You do
like
not. You do
it's
not.
just unreal.
Do
like,
you feel like anybody to this day who's currently in R&B can make a Trapped in the Closet series that went from like chapter 1 to like chapter 30?
And I forgot about that.
Like, that's genius.
No, when he did that, nobody's ever done that.
So let's talk about R. Kelly. So if you look at where he started from, when he came out with Public Announcement, he was making like those love-making songs. Then he came out with the X-rated 12 play, which is a classic.
I love 12 play.
Then he continued it and then went into the Mr. Big era when he got caught with Mr. Big's girl the first time. Then this dude made I Believe I Can Fly. Which is a fucking gospel type of inspirational type of he went from sex records to that.
Not to mention he sold 75 million albums
Worldwide. And the most important thing I feel like about R. Kelly, he never went pop. Never went pop. He did it with all black folks. Not saying white folks didn't buy his records, but he did it with all
R. Kelly
black.
is mainstream.
He is. Urban mainstream. It's no other artist in that R&B genre, from the Music Soul Childs to the Genuines R. Kelly didn't even have to dance. Like, R. Kelly wrote for Michael Jackson. Like, R. Kelly is just phenomenal.
Now, we're not gonna, let's just throw this out there, not to disrespect anyone who's had any type of things with R. Kelly. We respect that.
We talking about music.
But we're talking about musically. R. Kelly is he is the king of R&B. People have not topped that. The Trapped in the Closet, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm still stuck at the Jeep.
You still right there. You still at the Jeep. It's like, I've tried to move on, but it's hard. But you know what? Even during his sexual, not allegations, but he was on trial for all that stuff. During his case, that's when he sold a lot of records as well. Because that's when Chocolate Factory came out. But
I forgot about that.
It's just, and then R. Kelly would do that. Then he would go hip hop around the Feeling on Your Booty era.
He made a song about feeling on your booty.
He made Trapped in the Closet. It's just, man, like, R. Kelly, to me, hands down, is the king of R&B.
King of R&B. You have to, first of all, that is a musical genius.
Yes.
And I respect people who are in the music industry, who are making their way, who are making moves and things like that. Jacquees, whatever you're doing, bravo to you. But people like that, what he's done, it's going to take years. It's going to take time. It's going to take you being original.
If somebody tried to come out with Trapped in the Closet with this social media era and the microwave era, how people are quick to just go to something else, nobody could even do
We were
that.
really anticipating the next part.
We were hearing it on the radio. I remember sitting down. I was lifeguarding back then. I had my radio right there, and you had to literally wait until the next
the next part came on.
That was crazy.
People anticipated his music.
Oh
now we
my
anticipate
God.
music to this day, but
Oh
we were
my.
on the edge of our seats, like literally trying to like, okay, the next part. He made a song about being trapped in a closet.
And then listen, he didn't even have a music video at that time. Later on, he put the music videos
Yep.
out, but you
Sure
had to
did.
visualize it. Man, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. R&B. He's the king of R&B, hands down.
Hands down.
Alright, so yeah, so we talked about that. Now, R&B as a genre right now, I feel like urban R&B. Well, R&B I feel like has always been urban, right? When I mean urban, I mean if it happens to go mainstream, like R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly."
Yeah, I get it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because in a sense, people, for example, if we're going to talk about who could possibly be on their way to R. Kelly's level, I'm personally going to say Trey Songz.
But the thing is,
But I don't feel like Trey Songz is fully mainstream.
he's the last mainstream traditional R&B artist.
Yeah, I would say that because you hear about Trey Songz, but then again, you don't hear about Trey Songz from our white community.
You don't.
Yeah, so it's like, but every white person knows R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But Trey Songz, you remember, nobody was. I mean, he was getting paid attention to, kind of. But when he dropped "Ready," that's when he
really?
achieved mainstream success, and he had the BET specials and all that stuff.
me personally, because I love R. Kelly, and I feel like Trey Songz was kind of mimicking him a little bit in his music.
He
so
did.
a lot of songs that I love, if we're gonna talk about if anybody that's on their way, I would say Trey Songz.
Okay.
Not Chris Brown. Chris Brown's a pop artist.
That's
Not
what I
R&B.
liked. Okay, all right.
And a lot of people have been saying Chris Brown.
Break it
No.
down for me, Brittany. What's the difference between a pop artist and an R&B artist to you?
Okay.
And we
Okay.
can use Chris Brown as an example.
Okay, so Chris Brown is pop because R&B, rhythm and blues, it has a flow to it. It's more of a
Soulful.
took the words right out. Soulful, love making.
You can add gospel in there.
Gospel
I mean, because it
easy there.
started from the, well, I don't know if it started from the church particular, but
Yeah.
it started from the blues.
Okay, yeah.
And then, yeah.
But pop music is kind of a
Upbeat.
Yeah, upbeat.
Up-tempo.
Yeah, I was up tempo.
Yeah.
That's Chris Brown all the way. I can't even get the words out. Like,
Does Chris Brown make R&B records to you? I feel like he has, because this is what I feel. I feel like
what
he his base is R&B, but the type of music that he does make, like it's a lot of upbeat. It's not
Okay, so I'll say his last album, that long. Well, I don't think
it was
okay.
yeah, the
So
triple album.
there was a lot of R&B on there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
R. Kelly
tempo.
wrote a song on there, Juicy, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you know what? That was more of R&B than I'm used to getting from Chris Brown. Is Chris Brown an R&B artist? No,
You don't think? You think he's straight up pop?
he's pop music.
So you compare him to Backstreet Boys, and you
Yeah.
compare him to. Okay, I got a quick
absolutely.
question. When it comes to New Edition, were they R&B or pop?
They were R&B.
I feel like they were pop.
New Edition.
Yeah. Think of Candy Girl. That's up tempo. Cool It Now. That's up tempo. The only I feel like R&B record that they made, which was
Stand
traditional. Yeah. Other than that, all they stuff
They
is
were
like
kids when they made Candy
Cool
Girl.
It Now, Candy Girl.
They were kids.
When they got
When you
older,
kids, you have to make those kind of songs.
True. But I feel like, you know how New Kids on the Block, that's a pop group, right?
Yeah, I'm not a new.
I know, but they copied off of New Edition.
Oh, okay.
I feel like New Edition was originally not pop in the sense of.
But you know, it's in a sense you kind of almost got to be pop to be mainstream.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you have to do some type of pop music in order to get mainstream. And I feel like Trey Songz, he hasn't went over to that pop side yet. That's why a lot of people heard of Trey Songz, but like he's not known like that. He's still in the R&B category. He could be up there. I ain't gonna say he could be up there with R. Kelly, but he could definitely move in that direction.
Yeah.
People sleep on Trey Songz.
I feel like, okay, for also pop music is honestly popular music, meaning that more than our race, all races, particularly the white people, listen to your record. You're known all over America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like if you make pop music that you're appealing to white people per se. I just feel like you're trying to cover all grounds.
Right.
Like, for example, Cardi B's Bodak Yellow eventually went pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning that it gets played on top 40 radio. Mm-hmm. It gets played on hip hop R&B radio. Mm-hmm. It reaches out. Just like the T.I. song with Rihanna. What was that song? Dog, I can't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name right there.
Right down the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, but
Live Your Life.
Live Your Life. That was a pop record, but it was hip hop at the end of the day.
Well, in regard to Rihanna, they just put everything that she makes in pop.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean,
because it just appeals to everybody. So I feel like pop music appeals to everybody. It is up tempo and over time, because Michael Jackson was a pop artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did he originate pop?
No, yeah.
When they were children.
When they were children, Jackson 5, those were upbeat records. They did have R&B records, but a lot of it was upbeat. I think that upbeat has always been R&B, but the more upbeat you go, the more races that you reach. Mm-hmm. Because it's pick up and go. Like playing a video game. Anybody can pick up a game and play NBA 2K, right? Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is shoot the damn ball. Everybody can't pick up a game that requires strategy, like The Legend of Zelda, you know what I'm saying? Like strategy games to where you really have to just sit down and just think. So I feel like pop music is more that just pick up and go. Like Cardi B's Bodak Yellow, easy to pick up, easy to recite.
I was actually surprised that went pop, to be honest with you.
I was too.
Because I knew her intent was not to go pop.
It wasn't.
And
it just she put it out just as a hard, like Bobby Smurder, his record Hot Nigga, like
that's pop.
It topped the charts.
It topped the charts. Okay.
Migos Bad and Bougie. That wasn't meant to be pop. It's just that it was so fucking catchy that all races could get to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like pop music is like, if you go in, now the thing is, if you go in trying to reach a certain audience, then that means you're making pop music.
Right.
But if I go in and just make a song that I think is dope and everybody happens to see it, it still did go pop because it was popular. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that I just made a pop song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sense. So, but you say Chris Brown, you think he goes in the studio with the intention of reaching everybody?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's, well, I agree that it does kind of reach everybody, but I'm not going to necessarily say that he goes in with the intention of reaching everybody. I think at this point, that's just what he does now. Like, he just makes pop music.
True. So do you think that R&B, traditional R&B, is dead as a genre? Mm-hmm. You do?
I do.
Why do you think that?
As I've stated, you don't become known until you make pop music. Like, and then the thing about it, like, Keith Sweat.
Right.
Now, I don't know when the last time Keith Sweat had a song out, but I will say...
He recently put out an album, but you mean like a hit album?
Well, yeah, I think the last song that was known for him, the singles, was that one with Lil Mo. It was a song... Was he on it? He was on that song. Yeah. But anyway, these people are like real artists. Like when I and I'm not taking away from anybody, but when I say real artists... people like Keith Sweat, R. Kelly, Trey Songz, these are people who actually had to grind. Not saying that social media mean that you didn't have to grind, but you didn't have to get it out the mud like these people.
Right.
So like, we don't even really hear R&B songs on the radio now. Will we hear more because of Jacquees? Probably so.
Okay. So I'm gonna get to that. So first, let's cover the grounds of R&B. So I feel like there are a lot of R&B artists out there. They're just not getting the recognition and the radio play.
Right, so that means it's dead. You don't get radio play, who hears you?
True. So do you feel like, okay, so R&B music...
You're not on the radio, they're not going to stream you.
So back in the 90s, like everything coming to the 90s, you had a lot of hip-hop, you had R&B acts like Dru Hill, you had Genuine, Jagged. It was just so many people. TLC.
Where they at now?
They still make music, but it's not known.
Do we hear it?
Yeah. I hear it because I follow it.
Right. So,
you mean to tell me just because it's not played on the radio, that means that the genre is dead?
Where do we hear it from?
True.
It's like I don't want it to be dead, but is it? Yeah. Like when the last time you heard a Jagged Edge song on the radio?
True.
What about who else? There's a group that was
Silk. So do you feel like
when you
do you feel that a R&B group could come out today and be successful?
Now, New Edition, after their movie came out, they did an album. The album did pretty well, but we didn't hear any of the songs on the radio.
What? New Edition didn't put out no album after that, after the movie.
Not New Edition, I'm sorry. What is it?
Was it TLC put out a...
No, not New Edition, but the three of them. What's it called?
Bill Biv DeVoe.
Yeah. They did put an album out.
They did.
After the movie came out, and it actually did pretty well, but we still don't hear those songs on the radio.
True. Yeah.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I just feel like if it's aspiring R&B artists, like a group, R&B groups to come out like in 2018 going into 2019, do you feel like they could get signed to a record label?
Only now because it's being talked about.
Okay.
Only because it's being talked about right now. And it's popping right now, and people actually want to get back to it. Jacquees opened up, he opened up a can right there, and then people were like, okay, let's get back to it. So I feel like, and it caused a lot of people to start saying stuff.
It did.
Artists were coming out like Jeremiah. Now, do you think Jeremiah's mainstream?
No.
He features on a lot of songs.
He does, but he's like Ty Dolla $ign.
He's kind of underrated.
He is underrated, but I don't feel like songs of his own he really stands out on. Like, what's the last solo Jeremiah song that everybody was just jamming like that?
Forever I'm Ready, but nobody really.
Nobody, nah. Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I feel like
Ty Dolla $ign.
When do you feel? Yeah, he is. I like him. When do you feel like R&B died?
I'm gonna say somewhere in the 2000s.
You know what? Actually, I feel like it's mid 2000s.
Okay.
If you notice, R&B artists stopped selling like that. I remember when Tank put out "Please Don't Go."
Oh, Tank! Oh my gosh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, which was a dope record, but it didn't translate into his album sales.
Please Don't Go. It topped the charts.
No, yeah, the song did. The song did, and his album charted okay. But R&B artists used to come out selling like how the rappers are nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, if you put out an R&B record, you'll be lucky to sell like 30,000, 40,000 the first week. It's just like you know.
You gotta, at this point, you have to really be just like popping on something in order to get record sales. But
people complain and say, man, we want R&B back, But when our R&B artists, and we don't need the radio these days. We don't. All we need is us. Tyrese came out with Black Rose and it topped the charts. It sold like 100,000 the first week. But at the end of the day,
I actually didn't listen to it.
Yeah, a lot of people I think, do you feel like it's too, like R&B's too slow and everybody needs upbeat now that we're on social media?
Yes. I never thought about it until you just asked. Yes.
But Maxwell, so put it like this.
Like Maxwell, oh my gosh, do you think he's mainstream?
No. He's not, but he sells a lot of records. He's neo soul, like him, Erykah Badu. They could come out and still go platinum these days. But we do have other, like the Tom Jordan Morning Show. They still have radio stations for them, but
nobody has time. They don't even play Tom Jordan Morning Shows on.
Oh, they don't play
stations anymore.
Oh, they don't.
I mean, Ricky Smiley just kind of took over.
Yeah, he did, and he does just modern day stuff or whatever. Yeah. But the sad thing is, we have a lot of old school stations, but we don't have stations that will still play old school artists. You know what I'm saying? Like if LL Cool J wanted to put out another album,
I think it'd do good.
But he wouldn't get radio play.
Legend.
He is, but he wouldn't get radio play.
You think so?
Yeah, because you know what?
Now it's different with legends.
But check this out. What I'm saying is we don't have a platform to where if OGs want to put out songs and put out albums, we don't have a station. All of our R&B and hip hop stations cater to modern.
Or what's
going on, the current, the latest. But we don't have anybody that's going to play our legends when they still make music, because a lot of them still make music and it sounds dope as hell.
Is it really dope?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
my ears won't ever change.
Check this out.
I'm not a person for the clout. Just get on a song because it's hot right now. If it's good music, I'm gonna listen to it.
When Fat Joe and Remy Ma put out All the Way Up, I was shocked as hell that shit topped the charts, because I'm like, man, because it was a dope song.
She had just got out of jail.
She did, but she was still back. Like, people don't support older artists usually, unless you have some type of clout, something.
And she got out of jail.
She got out of jail. I just didn't. I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Unless you do some shit like Snoop Dogg. He's on the Lil Duval song right now. But Lil Duval is practically a new artist. Well, he is a new artist.
Did you see where Snoop Dogg has a tour coming?
Hell yeah.
Thugs and Harmony and stuff like that. You think people gonna go to that?
Yes.
See, I was a bit concerned because I'm like, okay, Snoop Dogg. Then I said Bone Thugs and Warren G.
Now, see, the thing is, Bone. I go to their concerts every year. They come to Atlanta every year. Now
like
they don't
them.
do. They don't.
They're actually good.
They're
see,
great.
Those are good artists who actually had lip.
They're great.
They're good.
Bone Thugs and Harmony is the greatest rap group of all time, in my personal opinion.
Greatest
rap group of all time.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about that. It's a lot of stuff with Migos and Bone going at each other. And
Migos.
Stuff like that.
Oh, I saw you put that up.
I did.
That's a joke.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna say that for me and DJ Pen. We're gonna talk about that.
The Migos are the people that compared themselves to the Beatles, right?
Yes, they did.
Or somebody said they were
fans.
Like the Beatles.
Their fans compared them to the Beatles.
It's almost insulting at times when new artists, when you're on social media, say things like, "Oh, they're the best rap group of all time," or "They're doing this and doing it." Like, it's kind of unfair because it's like you get people like Nas who really had to go and actually sell albums, as opposed to you all being on the internet right now. It's actually an insult to say those things out your mouth. It's like that's insane to me.
And get mad when an OG comes and checks you.
Yeah.
And that's the reason my video right now, me speaking my mind, is getting views, because it's like you can't expect to say that you're the best at something. Like Michael Jackson never gave himself the name King of Pop.
Never.
It developed. People gave him that. T.I. said he was the king of the South, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't say I'm the king. I'm the best rapper of Southern hip hop ever. He didn't say that because he was respected. He just said, hey, at this time, I feel like I'm the one. Not I'm the best ever. Lil Wayne said he was the best rapper alive. Not shitting on Tupac, not shitting on Biggie, not shitting on the people who came before him. He just saying, as right now, I'm the best.
He was.
And I feel like it's okay to say that you're the best, but you gotta, for one, have some type of clout, some type of recognition.
You have to have a #1 record.
You gotta have,
for one.
You gotta have shit to back it up.
Album, something. You just can't say stuff. Let's just throw it out there.
And shit, Jacquees didn't have anything to back that up at all. Exactly. So with that, my next question is, okay, yeah, we already talked about this. So do you think that with this, it was a positive and a negative? The negative was the youth thinks that it's some type of generational gap when it's really not.
Oh, everybody was in agreement with that.
With what?
Because Jacquees made the statement about the generational gap. Oh, people were in agreement with that?
No. Well, some of the youth were like, if you go and look at social media, some of them be like,
was there anybody that agreed with Jacquees?
If they were, they're ignorant. I don't know.
I mean,
you got, and then you're the king of R&B, but if you take the auto-tune out of your voice.
Oh, you don't think he can sing?
No.
Oh, I think he can sing.
You think he can sing?
He can sing.
So if I put him, like at church, if I give Cisco the microphone or KC the microphone, right? I feel like they're going to blow the fucking...
KC, not at this point.
Well, not at this point, not KC.
But
90s KC.
I think that Jacquees, with that, he does a lot of videos, and he's not around a computer or anything, so I think he can actually sing. Is he a bit over the top? I mean, I guess it depends.
He had
on
proved
your
himself
discretion.
to me.
Did you went and watch some of his videos and stuff like that?
Yeah. And even his records, like, you could tell he puts that damn effect on. But I ain't gonna lie, Keith Sweat did the same thing on his recent album. He had tried to sing over trap beats. I was like, oh gee, you do not need to.
Keith Sweat made some good music back in the day.
He really did.
He was actually, so I know you didn't ask me this, but I want to go ahead and put this out there. So R. Kelly's the king of R&B.
Correct.
And then I would say, in the running,
is who?
Keith Sweat is actually one of my guys I was gonna put up there.
The only reason I can't vouch for that is because Keith Sweat, he went into the 90s with a couple of hits.
All those hits that Keith Sweat had, like, come on.
He only had a couple of hits in the 90s, though. He was a good-ass 80s artist, but...
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't born in the 80s. Well, I don't know. I ain't live. But anyway, I like his music from the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people who could claim that, but I just feel like it's...
Who else do you say?
What, is the King R&B?
Like, after R. Kelly.
Like younger artists?
No, it's just like, just after...
Usher?
R&B. Usher's not an R&B artist.
You don't think
Pop
his first couple of albums were R&B? I feel like
Usher quickly went over to that other side.
He did like with OMG, the Will.i.am record, and the Nicki Minaj
Next,
record.
who else? Usher.
I mean, I just don't like. We talking about compare. Now, I felt like Cisco ended like he was on that path, but it ended real quick. Don't you know
the Thong Song guy?
No. Yeah, him. But guess what? Did you know Thong Song didn't go number 1 on the Hot 100? Guess what song went number 1?
What?
Incomplete.
Oh, Without You, girl. Okay.
That was a straight up slow ballad R&B record.
It's a good song.
I think that was the last record that was traditional R&B that went number 1 on Hot 100, meaning every station was playing it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I was shocked. I'm just like, damn. I feel like Cisco was on the way up. You know, I know he had Thong Song, which was a pop record, but he also had Incomplete, which was number 1. And I feel like after that, he messed himself up, you know what I'm saying, with Def Jam and everything like that.
I don't really know too much about Cisco, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. But
do you like Drew Hill? You know who that is?
Do I know who Drew Hill is?
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, Drew Hill had some. I'm not a big Drew Hill fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't like...
They're okay.
They're okay? Who's your favorite male R&B hip-hop group of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Whoa. List them for me. We got Jagged Edge, 112, Next.
Boys to Men.
Oh, I liked Boys to Men. Do I like Boys to Men more than Jagged Edge?
Boys to Men was big.
Boys to Men.
And they were straight R&B.
Yeah, they were. They were vocal. They knew how to sing.
Harmonized. It was crazy.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
I don't think I was really a big Boys to Men, but I think I like Jagged Edge.
So it's Christmas time. You don't listen to Let It Snow by Boys to Men?
I do listen to Let It Snow every single day.
Oh, okay. So Jagged Edge is your favorite one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say.
What year?
But you know, I liked 112 too.
112 was cool. They were pretty good. What year were you born?
In the 90s.
In the 90s. She's not gonna reveal her age. So all the dudes, don't try to come in my DMs and holler at Brittany. I ain't got the time. All right. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, my favorite male hip hop R&B group would have to be Drew Hill. Second, Boys to Men. Boys to Men to me was the best overall because of how they did it.
Yeah, Boys to Men were pretty.
They were the most talented. I feel like
they have a lot of singles.
They do, and they shit was just crazy. They was breaking records like that, but they are the best. But I feel like I love Drew Hill's songs more so. Now I did love Jodeci too. I like Jodeci.
Oh, I like them too. They were bomb. I forgot about them. Sorry, Jagged Edge. It's Jodeci.
It's Jodeci?
Yes, because I forgot about them. You gotta list them for me. But they were bomb in the 90s.
They were. What about H-Town?
I just know one song of theirs. Knocking the Boots.
A lot of people only know one with them.
I probably know more. I probably just didn't know they sing it.
Did you like Guy? You know who that is?
I love Guy.
Teddy Riley is
Let's Chill. I love that song.
I mean, that's one of my favorite songs. Shout out to Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley, when it comes to R&B producers, and he was a hip hop producer too, but R&B producers, you like Teddy Riley is a fucking legend. He's like one of the best of all time.
Oh yeah, Teddy. I've heard so many great things about him. I was actually reading something about him the other day. But what do you think about Babyface?
Oh, Babyface. Now
he has some classics too.
He does. Am I the biggest Babyface fan? I'm not gonna say that I am, but the songs that I do like he produced most of Bobby Brown's standout album.
Did you see Bobby Brown was saying that he was the king of R&B?
He was at one point.
You have to actually know how to sing to be the king of R&B.
True.
He never knew how to actually sing. Let's just be honest.
Okay. Okay. All right. I give you that. But
when I think about the king of R&B, you have to know how to sing. Trey Songz can go in a room right now with nothing in there and sing.
Yo, I won't go that far.
Trey Songz can sing.
I won't go that far.
What about Joe?
Joe is underrated.
Very underrated.
He's underrated. He's
so mellow.
He
though.
Is.
It's like
Joe.
He has some good hits too, man.
It's quite a few. What about Genuine? Where do you rank Genuine? He had a good run. Are you familiar with Genuine stuff?
Genuine can sing in a room with nothing else in it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Jacquees definitely ain't it, ladies and gentlemen. So we had to do this episode and squeeze it in real quick because this has been the topic of discussion. We're going to talk about Migos and Bone Thugs and Harmony in our next episode, but I had to get the lovely, beautiful Brittany with me today to talk about this ongoing topic right now. You'll be seeing more of her because I hit her up the other day. I'm like, look, now we gotta get another episode going because, dude, didn't you say you ran into somebody?
I ran into somebody that was like, oh, so you the person that think that Beyonce's better than Michael Jackson.
And it was here in Atlanta. Like, she ran into somebody. I was like, get the
and
fuck
people
out.
actually still comment under my stuff saying stuff about that. So
yes, they find her on Instagram and try to chew her out.
And I'm ready for it.
Hey,
and y'all actually
ready.
have a lot to say about this because Jacquees is, I'm sorry, but you're just not.
Yeah.
It.
So where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Call Me Sue.
Call me Sue. You already know where to find me at. I'm at Jay-R3d. Make sure that you hit the alert button. Subscribe to youtube.com/WeAuthenticNetwork. If you are on YouTube also, make sure that you go to Till I Die. That's my new music video that's out. It's the first street single from my new album that's coming out. It's going to be called Wants To. We're releasing it at the top of next year. I'm so excited about it. I know
That's great stuff.
You're going to be listening to it.
I am, and we're going to come on here and we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. Hey, man, she's going to have to interview me. But anyway, you already know where to find us. Thank y'all for watching Res View, and we are signing out.
Just a different day. I'm clocking in and clocking out to keep the bills paid. At this 9 to 5 temporarily. If you not trying to live your dream, we are not the same. Same old shit, just a different day. I'm clocking in and clocking out to keep the bills paid. At this 9 to 5 temporarily. If you not trying to live your dream, we are not the same. Oh no, we are not the same. We don't have the same thought patterns. I'm trying to fly up to the sky while you climb the ladder. I'm on a different path while you staying in your lane. Instead of buying a ticket, I'd rather be on stage. You rather follow procedures while I would take a chance. I'd rather find out for myself than wondering